Are you struggling with feeling stuck in your life journey? Does it seem as if the challenges or conflicts that you keep experiencing are on repeat? Healing through feeling could be your new way through to a more satisfying life. Now, here is the host of the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide, Sharyn Nichols.
Welcome, everyone, to February and the love series on the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols, licensed marriage and family therapist and certified life guide. I want to help you love yourself. So that's what today's show is all about. It's about you loving you because the bottom line is that love is everywhere. We all want it. We all need it. We all strive for it. And today was about me getting ready and me loving myself. I took a longer time in the shower, not that way, just doing my hair and I styled and I wore a little bit of a different sweater than I usually wear. This was about me just loving me because if I don't love myself, how can anyone else? So on that, I'm going to receive a breath. And now I invite you as we move into our meditation. In today's meditation, I know we've talked a lot, I've done a bunch of meditations on bringing in the energy and surrounding ourselves with that green light in terms of anchoring in the love that we already have. Although today's meditation is about sitting in appreciation of the present moment, is that you get to be exactly where you are right now. Because if you don't know where you are, then you really also perhaps may not know how to take the first step to go where you want to go. So, if you will, find yourself in a comfortable position so we can move into the intention of today's guided meditation to give us the space to appreciate our present moment and to help us take a break from the constant striving, achieving, and the future thinking that can cause both excitement and stress. And also to help you practice letting go of anything about the past that causes anxiety or judgment or even nostalgia. We can get caught up in a moment that was so wonderful and incredible, and then we sort of stay stuck there. So we're not allowing and open to creating more moments like that one if we're just stuck in that one. So, sorry, cursor. Grounding myself, bringing myself here. So, for all of the small and the big blessings that you have in your life right now, and honoring them will keep you feeling more connected to yourself. And this is the time. This is today. This is the season. This is the month of love and anchoring in that deep self-love that you do have for yourself that you've just forgotten perhaps was there, or you put it so way off into the future, or have left it so far behind you in the past. So it's about bringing it back around and having that deep confidence that you can create for yourself whatever it is that you so desire, your heart's desire, right here, right now, in this very moment. Because this is all we have, is this moment. So let's begin. Either sitting or lying comfortably and allowing your eyes to close and make any, adjustments that you need so you can feel comfortable and also alert and relaxed. Bringing your attention to the breath. simply silently count each breath to help anchor you and bring you into the present moment. Allowing your breath to find its normal rhythm. So often we forget to breathe. Feeling the warmth spread across your body as you melt further into a natural relaxation for yourself. Taking a brief scan from your head to your toe, identifying any part of yourself that needs a little love, a little tenderness, a little care, and appreciation of your physical abilities, just movement, just even appreciation for your breath, for your lungs, appreciation for this sweet moment. Imagine a circle being drawn a mile around you where you are currently sitting, receiving a breath. Turn your attention onto everything that is in this circle. Perhaps it includes the room you are in, the clothes on your body, the color of your fingernails and toenails if you polish them, trees, animals, loved ones, neighbors, specific locations, because even though they may be more than a mile away, you can bring them into your sphere. You can bring them into your circle. This is your incredible imagination. Allow, be, create. Now for the next 30 seconds or so, let your mind scan everything within this circle and say thank you for each and every little, big, all encompassing of your circle. And don't forget to use the eyes in the back of your head and be thankful or grateful and or for all the things behind you, all the things that have supported you and anchored you in the circle, because the circle is all around. It's not just here. We didn't say half circle, a full circle. So just be in the noticing of what's also with you. Bringing your intention back to your breath and feel the warmth and the love and appreciation for your surroundings. Receiving a breath and imagining yourself in relation to the entire planet. See yourself in your corner of the world, so small compared to everything and everyone on earth. And be in the noticing of how significant you are as part of this incredible whole that is your little circle and the world at large. Receiving a breath and taking a moment to think about all the reasons to appreciate everything around you, this incredible breathtaking place, all the people that you love, all the animals, all of nature, even sending a little love to the people and things and perhaps even situations that you haven't really liked. Whatever you discover, just send some love to it. Send some appreciation and some gratitude. There is no, or there is so much. There's no less, no little. There is so much greatness in your life right now. Notice that. No matter what you are going through, no matter how you may feel today, right now, how you felt yesterday, how you think you may feel tomorrow, you are surrounded by infinite blessings. So bringing your attention inward to the unidentifiable place that is your soul, that is your driver, that does know, that does have the infinite intelligence of you. You are connected to all. You're connected to yourself and to all the beings, both inanimate and animate objects that are in your circle and in the world at large, because we are all one. Receiving a breath and feeling a deep sense of the completeness with yourself and with your life. And when you are ready, allowing your eyes to open and be here, be present, surrounding yourself always with the knowing that you are love and you just get to show up as love. And what would love do right now? And when you're not sure, just ask love. Put it outside of yourself. If the answer is not coming to you, ask what would love do right now? And so when we come back from break, we're going to dive deep into loving yourself. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. So see you back in a couple of moments. And thank you so much for listening to myself, Sharyn Nichols, the Feel to Heal show on the Inspired Choices Network.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols Show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for listening to the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols. Today's topic is love, loving yourself, self-love, self-care. And I know I've spoken about this topic multiple times and will continue to be talking about love because love will be always interwoven into pretty much everything I say and do. It is the very embodiment of how I want to be and show up in the world. I just I know it just emanates from me. It is what inspires me. It's what gets me up every day. And I used to do it out of a sense of this is what I have to do because this is what everybody expects of me. And I've let go of that. And now I wake up and I have this sense of being able to just start the day and just go and be. And whatever little hiccups happen. Okay. So I chose this series to do a series on love because love is everywhere. There's so much written about it, talked about it, sung about it. It is, as I mentioned, everywhere. And I know I said before break, always, I guess I realize when I ask myself if I am stuck or struggling or in my own way, I do say, what would love do here? Because if I am so caught up in my own head and in my own struggle and not able to see the forest through the trees, I'll take a step back. What would love do? Because love, I know, is so cliche, is the answer. I know millions of people have said it. It is everywhere because the question is, what is love? And the answer is, love is the answer. So I get the dichotomy. I hear you. I hear you. I know I'm talking a lot with my hands. I'm getting very animated because this topic is so near and dear to me because for the longest time, I did not love myself. I thought that I didn't deserve love. I believed all of those thoughts and feelings that were I believed all the things that people said about me and then internalized them, and then they became all these wonderful, deep, and I am calling them wonderful, deep, dark things about myself that I just continued. It was wonderful because I was able to just continue to beat myself up and to not love myself and to not embrace who I am in all of my incredibleness. And you too, you have this incredible inner beauty that you most probably have allowed life to get you down, people, things, experiences, life, just all the shit that we experience as humans to get you down. I know I feel as though I've just gotten off course, and I know I say that a lot, so I'm going to bring myself back around and just anchor. So, what does loving yourself actually really mean? What does it mean? And self-love is actually the foundation for unconditional love. And unconditional love, it's so much easier to give it to others. I mean, why do so many of us have pets? Any pet that can give us back unconditional love? Because we feed it, we take care of it, we talk, we pet, we share our love with a pet. And so many of us are so good at giving unconditional love that we then block. And we do actually accept from our pets the unconditional love because that's what we're giving them. So why is it that so many of us give love to another and then don't actually receive it back? And my answer to that is because we've cut off our own self-love. It is always so much easier to do for someone else than it is to do for ourselves because we have all this mind chatter. Now, I know I've talked about this ad nauseum, and I will continue to talk about it ad nauseum because it is the basis of what I believe. We constantly have the opportunity to do something different because here's the thing that I do know for sure. Change is always happening. And so therefore, each moment is an opportunity to do something different, to change. Self-love, though, is constant. If that's your jumping off point, then everything will just emanate from there. Because I believe we have 100% control over no control, which means we have 100% control over change. Because we have 100% control over the fact that there is always going to be change. So allow the change. Stop fighting it. Stop worrying about it. Know it is going to happen. And be in the present moment. Sorry, I'm just taking a breath. I have, as I've mentioned before, each week this topic works me. And since I said yes to myself to doing a whole month on love and all the different aspects of it, because it is, like I said, the very basis and foundation of who we are, and I believe how we need to show up in the world for ourselves in order to have the things that we want. Now, I know it sounds a little airy-fairy-ish, and I get that, and it can be a bit esoteric, although love is just a construct. Or is it? Love is a feeling. Or is it? Love is just something that we know. It is also so abstract, and it has multiple meanings, and it means multiple things to all of us. It's not just one thing. That's the beautiful thing about love. It's not just one thing, although it has to start in one place, and that is with yourself. So, how do you know if you need to love yourself more? Of course, in my research of love, because I Google love all the time, or at least I did this entire week, and I had moments and glimpses and noticings and anchorings and writing down notes for myself. Lane Kaleha on medium.com said, these are 7 signs that you may not be loving yourself enough. It was just easier for me to share with you someone else's because she just did it so succinctly. So here's how you know you're not loving yourself enough. You don't take time off on working on your goals, working on yourself. You're putting other people's wishes and expectations first before your own. You often put yourself down. You over-apologize. You judge yourself more times than not for your mistakes. It's difficult for you to say no. Boundaries. You don't accept compliments, so you're not receiving. guess those are 7. I've talked about all of these things before in the past, how we allow others to dictate how we show up in the world because we beat ourselves up so. Get out of your head. It's not there. The answers are not there. The answers are actually in your body. Love comes from the heart. Love comes from the center of you. And in human design, your G center is the love center. It's right here. It's in the center of your being. This is how you actually know you. You don't know you from here, from your head. It's impossible because in your head is everyone else's opinion. And then also in your head is then your own opinion of yourself, of the experiences that you had that drew you to this conclusion. I know, I'm getting very excited because this topic is so near and dear to me. Like I said, I spent so much time beating myself up and not loving myself and judging and questioning. And of course, even 2 seconds before going on air to record the show, I'm like, is this too much? Is this shirt too much? What am I saying? And actually what I got was, I am saying that I love myself. Of course, I'm wearing the color green because green is the color of the heart and love. And of course, next week is actual Valentine's Day, and I will be wearing red because who doesn't love red? And who doesn't love love? Who doesn't love love? Why do we give love such a bad rap? So here are some things as to how to love yourself. Accept you have a perfect, not accept. Embrace and appreciate all of the mistakes that you make because they're actually not mistakes or failures. They're experiences. And since we are the sum of all of our experiences, it is just as easy to look at an experience and see the positive as it is to see the negative. However, our automatic. We've been so conditioned to go to the negative place. No, bring it back around. Look for the positive. Even if it fucking sucked, you still got something from it. You learned never to do it again. I'm just getting all excited. And so with that also, it's about giving up, letting go of the past trauma. You do not need to bring your past into your present or your future. It does not serve you. It just doesn't. And please, please, please start doing nice things for yourself because you deserve the same amount of effort that you put in for someone else or something else. Here's another way for you to love yourself. Taking time for yourself. Spend time alone without any distractions. Make time to work on yourself, to journal, to meditate. Now, I know multiple times I've said just waking up in the morning and writing, waking up, meditating for 3 minutes. Please go to my website, feeltoheal.com, and download the meditation, the 3-minute meditation. So you have a jumping off point. It's just, again, you have to start somewhere, and you might as well start with loving yourself. Trust in yourself. So when we come back from break, I'm going to talk about trusting yourself, and I'm going to talk about the Sacred Rebels book, guidebook, and Alana Fairchild's, and how much I love her. And when I get stuck, I go and I pick a card. And today's card is inner trust. I'm just going to put it in front of my face. And when we come back, we're going to talk about trusting yourself. Be right back in a moment. Thank you for listening to the Feel to Heal show.
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. And thank you so much for listening to the Feel to Heal show on the Inspired Choices Network with myself, Sharyn Nichols. I'm going to just bring it back around for a moment because I felt as though I was just ready to astral project out of my seat. Because I was sort of dreading, but not dreading, and excited, and just feeling every emotion from one end of the spectrum to the other. And so today's card that I picked, like I mentioned before the break, is that I sometimes I'll choose a card. And I attempted to take a picture of it so I'd be able to read to you. However, there's just one little thing. So now I'm getting glasses because this is really important. Again, Alana Fairchild. She does a whole thing about inner trust, and then she does a healing process. And that's really what I wanted to talk about, and really do. And so I invite you to place your hands on your heart and say aloud or think very clearly to yourself, I trust in the love of my heart. Now place your hands on your stomach and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in my instincts. And place your hands on your belly and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in the flow of life. Now repeat after me and say out the following out loud. I trust myself. I trust in my higher self. I trust in life. When I don't know, my higher self does know. I am guided by the wise voice of my higher self within my heart. I trust myself and I allow myself to be guided in all things by the wise, instinctive knowing within. I am not afraid to be seen. I unveil myself from my hiding places, and step by step, I show myself with all my unique beauty to the world. I am seen and I am received with love by myself and by others. I am worthy. I guess for the moment, I'm actually speechless just because, let me take these off. You have everything that you need right within you. You are whole and complete, and you deserve to love yourself. In one of my readings, one of the things that came up was, the pursuit of happiness. And I believe that the UN now even believes that the pursuit of happiness is a human right. It's a human right. It's not about politics. That's not where I was going. You have a right to love yourself. Please trust in yourself that you actually do know what is best. Trust your soul. Your soul knows. And if you get caught in here and you must ask the question or a question in order to get a response, what would love do? What would love do? So changing it up a little bit, I'm going to talk about what you need to do for yourself, for your actual body. And part of that is actually, I'm going to repeat again, doing a meditating, because it gets you out of your head and into your body, and you can scan your body and send love to where different parts. It's also about what you read and what you watch on television. And so what you're putting into your body through what you're seeing in your mind. And now, obviously, some things you can't avoid seeing. Get it. I listen to the news, and I also don't listen to the news. There was a time where I would only put the news. I'd put the news on at 11:18, the 11 o'clock news at 11:18, because that's when the weather was. And then it was sports, and then some sort of human interest story. So it was always just positiveness. And I assume and know both that if there's something that I really need to know as what's happened in the world, somehow, some way, it will come to me, because I also fully believe that if I'm supposed to know something and I'm open to receiving, then it will come to me. And so another really important thing that we talk about a lot, that it's everywhere, is what we eat. My father told me from a very early age that you are what you eat. And as a kid, I didn't really get it or fully understand it. Although, of course, now as an adult, I do. And of course, food became a weapon and a tool and a soother and my best friend and my comfort. And I'm assuming that something I just said resonated with you in some way, shape, or form with regards to food. So loving yourself is truly about eating the rainbow, eating every color out there, because we need all of the nutrients, we need all of the vitamins. And I'm not preaching in any way, at least I'm hoping that I don't sound as though I'm preaching. It's just a part about loving yourself, because what you put into your body, both with your thoughts, with what you see, and then what you actually put in your physical body, affects how you show up in the world. And also, you need to go out into the sun if you can, depending on where you live in the world, if there is sun, and at least get 10 minutes. And I was told and learned that these actually here are our, oh my gosh, what is the word? What is the thing? The sun panels. What are they called? See, I could easily start beating myself up because I can't remember a word. I can easily go down that spiral of thank you. They're the solar panels. These are your solar panels. Thank you. Thank you for putting that in the chat. I really appreciate it. So yes, these are your solar panels. And just 10 minutes, if you sit with your solar panels in the sun, you'll get the vitamin D, and you'll also get the life force energy coming directly at you. You know, it took so long for that little beam of sunlight to get to you. Allow, receive. Now, another big one. Forgive yourself. And now I leaned in and whispered on purpose because the whispering makes you actually listen. I used to whisper at my children instead of yell at them, and then that would anger them just as much. So now I have an even cadence. Although when I would whisper to them when I would get really angry and frustrated, it would force them to have to listen, which also annoyed them. So forgiving yourself is a form of self-love. Let go. There's no need, again, for you to bring your past into your present. There is no need for you to worry that you are going to repeat the same mistakes, because if you are aware, chances are you won't, because you didn't like how it felt the first time. So choose something different. Do something different. I'm just receiving a breath. Me loving myself. And yes, and I realize, and it's been pointed out to me recently, that I don't breathe enough, that I'm holding on to my breath. So part of loving yourself is actually breathing and receiving and then letting go. Receive, let go. Receive, let go. Oh, wow. And now I'm a little lightheaded from that, which also then just allows me to start thinking clearer. So part of self-love is absolutely receiving and allowing and not cutting off. You know, and also your body language. I mean, if I was sitting here like this and talking to you, is this me showing that I'm loving myself? No. Notice how I'm also tilting my head. I've changed how I'm speaking. No, I'm sitting open and allowing and just being. I am allowing myself to love myself in the moment, even if I don't know what I'm going to say next. I'm okay with that too. So we're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how you can know if you loving yourself is actually working. See you back in a moment. Thank you for listening to the Feel to Heal show with myself, Sharyn Nichols, and today's topic is loving yourself. Woo woo!
At different times on our life journey, we can feel stuck and struggle with seeing our way through. What if the answer to the struggle is just to go deeper than the surface? By tuning in to Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show, with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols, you'll receive insight and guidance on exploring your feelings in order to heal yourself. Are you ready to create a more satisfying, peaceful, and successful life? Listen for the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show with licensed marriage and family therapist and life guide Sharyn Nichols. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also ask questions or comments by email by sending to Sharyn Nichols at feeltoheal.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for listening to my incredible love of myself, love of life, love of this moment, love of this hour that I get to create coming from a total and complete place of love. That is also how I know that it's working, because I'm having so much fun right now. And for those of you who don't see me, who are just listening, I have just been giggling and laughing and jumping up and down and speaking so animately. Yeah. Animation? Yes, that word. I want you to feel about yourselves how I feel about myself. And part of this whole process, this whole loving myself process, started with me saying yes to doing this podcast. And as I've said, mentioned before, the first couple, I did not like myself at all. And I did something different. I allowed myself to beat myself up in the moment, and then I let it go. And now my next step is actually to start watching the shows so I can actually learn from myself and learn where I need to improve. And everyone has been telling me that, and I've heard them and I've acknowledged it. I haven't discounted it, which is also what we tend to do. I've just been in the allowing. And so I constantly am allowing the change. And it is about the baby steps. And noticing that, again, I know I've said it before, and I love it because it's what has allowed me to truly love myself, is take the baby steps. So then when I do look back and I can see how far I have come. Because we are always changing. We are always growing. We are also always have the opportunity to be in the moment. So how you know that loving yourself is working? Me. This is the embodiment of it. Although concretely, you actually begin to stand up for yourself. You set the boundaries appropriately that you need to set for yourself. You give up being a martyr. You let go of martyrdom. And then you also know that it's working if you actually lose people. People stop talking to you. I know that I can see that there's a lot of people that I no longer speak to, and they just sort of fell away, just organically and naturally, and not because we had to have a conversation about it or because something happened. I grew. I changed. I actually started loving myself and not holding all of that negative energy that I was holding. That bonding, that trauma bonding, that victim bonding that we do and we need, which I'm going to talk more about next week, because next week's topic is about finding love. So today was about self-love, and next week's going to be about finding love. And how you also know, because now I'm going to bring it back. You know it's working. You know you're loving yourself when you stop the negative talk.
and you actually start appropriate self-promotion, meaning that you're open to actually talking about how far you've come or the little baby steps and being able to receive the acknowledgement from those around you for the work that you have done. I love acknowledging people and friends, clients, even strangers. When I notice that they have done something for themselves that was out of the norm, or when I sense or feel that they've done something that was different, that they put in the little change, that they did something different. And here's the biggest thing. Grace. You give yourself the grace that you deserve because you now start giving others grace. You allow. I know I keep saying that word. You just show up as you because you are incredible with all that you are, the good, the bad, the ugly. Because that's what love is. Love is no matter what. Love is constant. It is always there. Love is even in the fucking crap. Love is in the shit. Love is in the beauty and the trees. And love is also in the hate. I know that sounds a bit backward, although there's a very thin line. So because the line is so thin between love and hate, it's so easy to just step over it and get back and stay in love. You don't need to, you do not need to hate. You can walk right up to the line and stay there. Love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you let anyone love you? How would anyone, why would anyone want to love you? And if that's the game that you're running to keep you in the loop of not loving yourself, so therefore then you can't receive love, because that's the story that you need to keep telling, that's your belief system, let it go. The question is not loving yourself actually serving you? I somehow think it's not. So next week, we're going to talk about finding love, where to look for it, how you'll even recognize it. And I have a funny feeling that I'm going to keep coming back to loving yourself, because this is the basis for everything, for all of it. You know, Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world, because we don't exist in a vacuum. And it has to start with you. You first. And as you treat yourself better, others will start treating you. And then things will come full circle. So as Oscar Wilde said, you might as well be you because everyone else is taken. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for choosing to listen to the Feel to Heal with Sharyn Nichols show. Sharyn Nichols will return next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, and 3 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, give up the struggle, feel all you need to feel, and make this week your best one yet.